I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Singing and dancing with my mind stayed on Spirit. I'm singing and dancing with my mind stayed on Spirit. I'm singing and dancing with my mind stayed on Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on Spirit. I can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on Spirit. I can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Shout out to my background vocalist right here. Sorry. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. I choose compassion today. I choose compassion today. I am walking the road of compassion right now, singing, I choose compassion today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. God, source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and we gather every Sunday knowing that love is
Always the answer.
That's right. I'm Reverend Rainbow, she, her pronouns, and so grateful to serve as your spiritual director and welcome you here on this beautiful fall morning. Yes? Woo! It's hoodie season, y'all. Sweater weather. I love it. Let's give some love to our fabulous musicians, Belle, our keyboardist, and featured vocalist Justin Norris. Yes. Thank you, thank you. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. If you're joining us online, thank you for being a part of our global virtual community. Make sure to say hello to on the chat, and we have Alina, our virtual member not across the pond, just across the United States, over on the West Coast, online with you today, hosting our live stream. So say hello, let us know where you're tuning in from. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button, even if you're in the room. We invite you to take out your phones, silence them, turn off the ringer, and then feel free to take pictures, video clips throughout service, check in on social media, let folks know where the love is today. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to do so. It's a great way when you turn on YouTube to see Ahava pop right up, and you can watch the replays of service. Our live streams, we now have I think 5 years or so on YouTube of services and messages and meditation clips and a playlist of music, a playlist of prayers. Check it out if you haven't in a while. If you're looking for something to tune into that's a little different than the news and other things we're bombarded with, Ahava's YouTube channel might be a good place to turn to. So we also want to welcome anyone here for the first time. I think, you're welcome back for the second time and bring in your daughter. So give them some love, yes. Yes. And welcome back, Cindy, who has moved a few years ago, but we're so grateful when you're able to be in town. So welcome, Cindy. What I remember, if I'm correct, is you helped install some of this back wall, right? And you did it. She did this. So, yes, so many people's not only hearts and hands and love have touched this community, but the love that was put into creating this space to making our own, too. We are super grateful. So welcome back. Welcome home. Yes. We are also super grateful for all of our volunteers. I want to acknowledge that today, Loretta and her guide dog, Garrett, are our special guest with the youth. So let's give some love to Loretta, leading a lesson about guide dogs, yes. And Jaden is filling in also with our youth today. So we're grateful for all of our volunteers, as well as our media team. Shout out to Amy and April and Jean in the back, providing our streaming service, bringing you the slides, the sound, all that stuff that is very important. And if you're looking for a way to serve, volunteering on a team is a great way to get involved, get to know some more folks, get here early, socialize, be the first one to get that hot sip of coffee in the morning. We're looking for more folks to serve on hospitality, as greeters, on media team, youth team as well. And you can see any of our core council members to get more involved in that. Yes. So now is the time where we get to acknowledge that truly we are one. I invite you to place your hands over your heart, to turn to someone and say, thank you for being a reflection of me. Thank you. Thank you. And we have an amazing vision and purpose here, so I invite you to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community. We are an inclusive community. Committed to global transformation. Through personal evolution. And our purpose, let's do this together. Ready? Wake up, step up, and make a difference. That's right. Today's affirmation I will read and invite you then to repeat after me. I celebrate all that I have and appreciate the abundant blessings that surround me. I celebrate all that I have and appreciate the abundant blessings that surround me. Yes, beautiful, beautiful cacophony of affirmation. And I want to also acknowledge that today is Indigenous Peoples Day. And not only that, but we honor every Sunday our ancestors who have blessed this land. So let us take a deep breath now as we invite in that heartbeat of Mother Earth in the warm embrace of this sacred land. Our hearts overflow with the deep love and gratitude to this land's ancestral guardians, the Yochi, Osage, Cherokee, Shawnee, Hopewell, and Adena nations. By acknowledging these stories, we celebrate the strength, adaptability, and unique contributions of each community to the vibrant mosaic of our shared heritage. We pledge to be attentive listeners, amplifier of Indigenous voices, and perpetual learners about the rich diversity of Indigenous cultures, histories, and contemporary challenges. Let's take another deep breath in. As we move into our centering song and our opening blessing this morning, which will be led by our practitioner, Patty Cooper.
I am remembering who I am. 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 I am remembering. I am remembering.
Remembering who I am. What a blessing. Knowing absolutely that who we are expressions of the divine. I know there is only one. Everything is part of that one. There's nothing outside of it. And it continually creates out of itself. Today, I know this one as abundance. I know it as joy. I know it as power. And knowing that this is the truth of the one, I know it has to be the truth of me. And it is absolutely the truth of each person hearing my voice right now. And I see and feel the blessings. I bless the service, our musicians, our beloved minister, Reverend Rainbow. I bless all the people who come together, some bringing food, some bringing themselves, some doing things behind the scenes, making sure that everything is ready for this service to begin. It does take a village. So I bless all who hear my voice, and I bless this day, and I let it be by saying, and so it is.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am
Good morning, Ahava. And thank you for being here. Today's reading is from The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. We each have the choice in any setting to step back and let go of the mindset of scarcity. Once we let go of scarcity, we discover the surprising truth of sufficiency. By sufficiency, I don't mean a quantity of anything. Sufficiency isn't an amount at all. It is an experience, a context we generate, a declaration, a knowing that there is enough and that we are enough. Sufficiency is a context we bring forth from within that reminds us that if we look around us and within ourselves, we will find what we need. There is always enough. Thank you. All the time, every day.
Open your mind, unfold your heart, relax your senses, feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear. It looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath. Release your cringe. Love without waiting, without waiting. Slowly unhinge. And you ain't got a thing to fear. It looks like love that's growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. It's It's already who you are. So lift up your voice. Let it be heard. Tell me your story. Tell it to me. Don't leave out a word, no. 'Cause I think I've been there too. I'm a seeker just like you, and you ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. Take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound, unbound. Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down, 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 unbound. Lay it on down, 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 unbound. Unfold your heart. Open your mind, unfold your heart, open your mind, unfold your heart.
So beautiful, Justin. Yes. Yes. So last night, in honor of LGBTQ History Month and National Coming Out Day, we participated along with others from the Lexington Affirming Faith Coalition in a vigil of queer joy and mourning. Feeling all the feelings, right? And I just wanted to bring in this one piece that I created. The part that I shared last night was honoring some of our Lexington queer icons that date back to the 1920s. So you may or may not have heard of Sweet Evening Breeze, known as Sweets. There's a beautiful mural downtown honoring her now. And then in the 1920s, she would walk around downtown in evening gowns, and she was comfortable expressing herself at a time when it was very unsafe and dangerous to do so, and quite so illegal. And she became known in the community and well respected, and really was a place and had a space of refuge for other queer folks, and such that Lexington attracted folks like Henry Faulkner and other artists and writers that would come. And Sweets, along with some other drag queens in her house. It's called a house, and you might hear the terminology like, this is my drag mom or my drag daughter. It's kind of like a lineage, right, of like mentorship. And so this is an acknowledgement of Sweets, along with Lee Angelica, who was another icon in her house. And in 1970, Lee Angelica was arrested at what is now the bar complex, but I think it was called the library or the living room. Thank you. I knew it started with an L. It's had many names over the time. And was arrested for wearing a disguise. Well, Sweets went and advocated and actually got her out of jail, and that moment, 1970, became the last time that a gay bar in Lexington was raided by the police just for simply being a gay bar. So a turning point in history. As many of you know, we have the Fairness Ordinance that was established before many were even established around the country. In Lexington, Kentucky, you're like, what? Has been a refuge and a safe place for the queer community for the most part. And then Charles Danby was a performer known as Miss Joyce, and also a big part of the film, The Gospel of the Pagan Babies, which kind of is a documentary about a lot of these folks in that time, was the last of Sweet's house and was a performer who died fairly recently, I believe in 2020. And so these were a few folks that we acknowledged last night. It was a beautiful moment of music. We sang together, we lit candles, we walked the labyrinth outside at the Unitarian Church. And it was, myself, colleagues from Central Baptist Church, Beaumont, Presbyterian Church, the UU Church. And about 50 people came out. We kind of kept it private, right? Because during these times, we were all also concerned about putting it out there widespread. And still the fact that 50 people showed up just by us spreading it internally, and you had to email to get the address. I mean, y'all, I just have to say, this feels a little bit like the 1970s when you used to have to knock on a door and have a code to get into a bar, right? Where are we in history? But anyway, our goal is to have this be an annual event and to grow it and possibly do it downtown next year for hundreds, if not 1,000 or more people. So just wanted to acknowledge that and what occurred last night, and that Ahava's energy was a part of that. So this will be here. Yes. Yes, and on that note, we do have stickers and buttons at each door when you arrive, and we invite you to grab a button or a sticker that, mine's here, for your pronouns. Okay. So now let's get into the theme of the month. Enough is a feast. Rocktober, we are talking about prosperity and abundance. Oh, and just one more tie-in to last night. Another part of the evening was an artist had strung up a number of stamp cards. Sorry, I have mine in the back, but hopefully I'm explaining this right. Basically, handcrafted prayer cards with a beautiful stamp on the front of a different image and then a little prayer on the back. And so they're all long and beautiful rainbow colors, and I was kind of sitting at the end like, which one's mine, which one's mine? I grabbed this, I turned it over, and I laughed out loud. It was talking about scarcity as a mindset and how we can move into the abundant nature of the universe. And I was just like, what? And I went up to a few people. I went up to Daniel, who created them. I'm like, this is my message tomorrow. It's that one. And I was like, are these all the same? And he's like, oh, no. I'm like, well, I got the one that was right in tune. So we are studying the book, The Soul of Money, this month. And last week we explored this great illusion of scarcity, this idea that runs deep. It is this inherited belief in our culture that there is not enough, whether it be not enough time, not enough money, not enough love, not enough energy, not enough success, attention, or somehow that we are just simply not enough. And we heard in her book from the reading that scarcity is not actually about lack. It's an unexamined and false system of assumptions. So it doesn't necessarily have to do with the material thing, but it is the mindset. It's the belief in this system of assumptions of not enough. And it's experienced not only by those struggling to make ends meet, but those with large amounts of wealth and money. This feeling of, I need more, there's not enough, right? And that's what I love about this book, is it comes from a perspective of someone who has been a fundraiser for large organizations, been around folks and corporations with large amounts of money, and going across the world to various places where there is extreme poverty. And through all of that experience, she writes about this idea of sufficiency. which is what we're going to talk a little bit about today. So scarcity, or as I call it, scarcity, right? When you're living in scarcity, there are 3 rules or kind of beliefs, right? The 3 rules of the game in order to live in scarcity. There's not enough. More is always better. And, well, it's just the way it's always been, right? So we can't even imagine trying to move out of scarcity because it's all we know. It's all there's ever been. We need more, and there's not enough. And these ideas of what have built up and held the foundation and the structures and the support of this scarcity. But I imagine that you, like me, are interested in packing up and moving out of scarcity into perhaps the land of plenty, the land of milk and honey, yes? And this can be done by changing our mind and remembering the truth that we live in a spiritual universe of infinite supply, that we are not separate from God, life, source energy. In fact, we are it expressing uniquely through us. So today's topic, enough is a feast. We're going to move into the mindset of sufficiency. As the reading quoted this morning, sufficiency is not about quantity. So it's not about having enough money or enough things or just an amount, right? Sufficiency is an experience. So this whole month, as we're talking about prosperity and abundance, I know if you're like me, perhaps the mind could go, yeah, but dollars in my bank account. Yeah, but, right? Food in the pantry. We can go very easily back to the physical and the tangible expression and effect, but I want us to live in the land of cause and focus on thoughts and beliefs and mindset, because it is from there that creates the experience and where we can shift to see something new and open up to the abundant possibility of the universe. So if you notice your mind going there, just like we talked about last week, pay attention, notice those thoughts, just breathe. Acknowledge it, and then focus on a tree with its millions of leaves. Find a way to shift in that moment out of that limited mindset. So sufficiency is a consciousness, a way of thinking, of being. It's that quiet, powerful knowing that we have enough and who we are is enough. It's not about settling for less. It's about waking up to the abundance that is already here. Appreciating who and what we are now and what we have now. Because when we live from sufficiency, something begins to shift. And we stop chasing after the more, which is really a belief in lack or not enough. And we start inhabiting and actually living in our lives with what we have now and begin to appreciate what we have now. And then we begin to see that it's been here all along. The love that we seek, the creativity in our hearts, and the beautiful gifts and blessings of each ordinary moment. It's kind of like realizing we've been swimming in the ocean while dying of thirst. Yet we're surrounded by what we seek. So Lynn Twist in her story tells of this modern folk tale about a greedy goblin. So a greedy goblin reaches into a jar of pickles and he grabs a big handful. And then he can't get his hand out of the jar. It's too full. He pulls and he tugs, and no matter what, he just is getting so frustrated he cannot get those pickles that he wants. Until finally someone says, Do you want to know how to break that spell you're under? Well, yes, he says. Let go of the pickles. At that moment, we realize that our suffering isn't because there isn't enough. It's because we're clutching so tightly to what we think we need or want or desire or deserve that we can't even open our hands to receive what is there. We're like that goblin, right? Stuck, not by life, but by our own grip, our own wanting more and more and to control it. And on comparison, on the illusion that the more will finally somehow make us feel enough or safe or good, right? But sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do is let go. Yes? So nature is one of our greatest teachers of sufficiency. The planet doesn't hoard. It doesn't take more than it needs. It circulates the water cycle, right? The earth doesn't endlessly get bigger and more and more and more, right? Dana Meadows is quoted in the Soul of Money book by saying, everything born of the earth grows to its appropriate size and then stops. Think about that. A flower doesn't strive to be a tree. An ocean doesn't try to expand into the sky. A star doesn't compare itself to another star. Everything in creation lives by this law of sufficiency, of enoughness, of harmony. And it's because of that that it radiates the beauty and the balance that we see in nature. But then we humans come along with these beautiful, brilliant minds, and we create something that is not natural. This idea that more is good and that I'm not enough just with who I am or what I have, and we start to compare ourselves and think we need more and more and more and more and more. And the comparison then, as it said, is the thief of all joy, right? Anne Morrow Lindbergh expresses this so poetically in Gift from the Sea. She said, one cannot collect all the beautiful shells on the beach. One can collect only a few, and they are more beautiful if they are only a few. This past week, I had the opportunity to take my daughter Cadence to her forest school through the Red Oaks Co-op. And we were out at the Red River Gorge. They have some beautiful property there. And at the end, it was kind of free play, and we were playing in the creek. And there are all of these beautiful rocks and stones, right? And you can look at them all from that perspective and say, wow, it's beautiful. And for me, zoning in on one or two rocks that catch my attention and then taking a moment to be with that rock, that perspective, that spaciousness of appreciating one or two things is where I experience that beauty, right? It's like I don't need or want, let me get all the rocks. And nor did I want to try to, well, sometimes I want to put a few in my pockets, but
It's illegal.
I know, yes, it is illegal, yes. And so, there's that human desire to want to take, or this is so beautiful, I want this for me, or, take all this. But it's like just being in the nature and taking a moment to just appreciate the things. It's what gives it its, I want to say value. I mean, it has its inherent value, but like in our perspective to it, right? So sufficiency, so holding it with reverence, and then creating the space around it. It's kind of like art, right? Like there's something to the contrast and to the blank space that highlights something in a painting that draws your attention to it. Sufficiency isn't about filling every corner, all of our pockets, stacking up all the things so that we can meet some insatiable need to feel like we are enough or have enough. Sufficiency is about leaving room and space to appreciate and see what we do have. We spend so much time in life grasping at every shell, at every rock, every opportunity. FOMO, anyone? You know. All, like, we're surrounded by even just like all the media and content that we have now of like, there's so much TV and social media and all the things, but you could just sit there and like, there's nothing to watch, right? But think about back in the day when we had like 3 channels and we'd all gather around. It was so special. Like, that's what you would do. Oh, something's coming on tonight, whatever the show may be. And you would gather around, and then you would talk about it the next day, and it would be a thing. But now it's like there's so much. I think about the grocery store, all the different brands of things. It's overwhelming. I'm sitting there trying to, like, read all the ingredients to find the things. And then I travel, and I'm in other countries, and it's like, oh, thank you. There's cereal. Here's rice. Here's, like you don't have like 20 million brands of the same thing. It's like, So sometimes enough looks like one beautiful, perfect rock, one moment of stillness, one deep breath of gratitude. We spend so much time often grasping for every shell, every rock, every opportunity, every possession, every experience that we forget the joy in enough. And that can only come from first believing that we are enough and that we have enough so that we can appreciate that which we do have. So how do we practice this idea of sufficiency? It begins with awareness and our attention. By choosing to see and appreciate what's right before us, what's already here. When we pause and notice, like truly notice, the way, when you're looking at shells on the beach or playing in the creek. Pause and truly notice the abundance that surrounds us. Something that we may even call miraculous happens. A shift of perspective to where we move out of the egoic part of the human nature mind of wanting, taking, needing more, and we shift to the perspective of the beauty in this moment of what is before us. Gratitude begins to expand from our heart for all that we are encountering, experiencing, appreciating the beauty. Lynchwood says, when you make a difference with what you have, it expands. Simple idea, but think about what is something that you have. Time, energy, creative ideas, talent, money, various resources, food, house, car. What are the things, clothes, that you have, qualities or physical possession, that you can choose to act as if you are that water cycle of nature that is always replenishing itself, and choose to make a difference by sharing it, by giving it, and then watch how the universe will provide. because the universe abhors a vacuum. So when you share, when you open your hands to give, that cycle will be replenished. When you give thanks for your time, your creativity, your connections and relationships, your resources, you will notice from that consciousness of appreciation a deeper, more fulfilling experience that is more meaningful. And those experiences and things grow in our life. When we stop measuring our worth by how much we accumulate, but by how much we can give, and start appreciating what we have, we move out of the land of scarcity and open to something new. The consciousness of sufficiency is how we change the collective, how we change our world. Can I get an amen? I guess there's some energy coming, something's coming through that speaker all of a sudden. Amen. Buckminster Fuller, any fans? Maybe, yes. He envisioned a world that works for everyone, with no one and nothing left out. That may sound familiar, right? Centers for Spiritual Living, we say every Sunday. In some way, I usually work it in because it's a beautiful vision. A world that works for all. That's where this idea came from. And that begins when we individually live from a place of enoughness. We don't hoard, we don't take. We move into a consciousness that can appreciate. And we can shift into that mindset of sufficiency and make choices and take actions based on the idea that everyone deserves to have enough, because all beings are inherently valuable and are enough. And the same is true for us, yes? All beings deserve to know and to be enough. Enough love, enough food, enough creativity, enough vigor for life, vitality, energy, health, wholeness, energy, spirit, freedom. But the more we believe in the myth of scarcity, the more we compete and turn against each other and separate and live from this us and them, me or you. And it's deeply entwined in our collective subconscious, y'all. So that's why the step to start packing your bags to move out of scarcity is to pay attention and to notice all of those messages on those billboards, on those ads, around the water cooler, wherever you may hear these ideas of not enoughness, and just start paying attention to them. To notice it so it doesn't just become more background noise into our subconscious, but we can consciously say, oh, that's a belief in scarcity. That's a belief in lack. Start to notice our own thoughts as they come up. Oh, I can't because this and that and the other. Affirm the truth. Shift to becoming grateful for something in that moment. The more we believe in the truth of sufficiency and work together to share our resources, to help and support one another, and to trust and know that we will be provided for, in doing so, we will live without that need to want to hoard or to take or be the greedy goblin that wants all the pickles for himself and instead gets none. But imagine just taking your 2 fingers or a fork and getting one pickle. Sufficiency creates this you and me energy instead of the you or me world that the majority of the world lives in, that kind of consciousness, right? So we get to be the few that are helping to create the tipping point that will then become the many that lives and embraces the consciousness of sufficiency, of enoughness. I want to remind us again of today's affirmation. I celebrate all that I have and appreciate the abundant blessings that surround me. These aren't just words, y'all. It's the doorway, it's the pathway to celebrate, to appreciate, to acknowledge all that we have right here, right now, and to move into that consciousness of sufficiency. So this week, I invite you to contemplate. What if you lived as though you were enough? What if you lived as though you knew you had enough? What if we released the clenched fist of not enoughness and open our hands to the feast of enoughness that is already before us? And watch the mind, it's tricky, saying, yeah, but I don't see any food and I'm hungry. Move into this. I know it's paradoxical, right? It's counterintuitive. Move into the consciousness of what is real with a capital R, not what is the condition before us. Because the condition before us right now is simply a result of a previous cause. So if you want to change the condition, take this moment, change the cause. And it begins in our own hearts and minds by appreciating what is there. And then we begin to experience in form that very feast of enoughness. Maybe it looks like savoring your morning coffee instead of gulping it down. Oh, I got to get to my day, right? Rushing out the door. Maybe it's writing a handwritten letter, old school style, with a stamp and an envelope and sending it to a friend instead of messaging or texting or scrolling social media. Why? Well, it breaks our habit, first of all. It calls us into the now moment, and doing something different like that opens a different part, like neurologically in our brain to create a new synapse, and it allows us to really appreciate something, the coffee, the friend. Maybe it's taking a walk and noticing, really noticing the sounds of the birds in the trees or the neighbor's dog, the little signs of fall. How nature never rushes, yet everything somehow gets done. Every season, there's a harvest. When we live from the consciousness of sufficiency, we discover true abundance. Not in excess, but in appreciation. Not in the next thing, but in this thing, this breath, this moment, and this beautiful, sufficient, eternal now. Yes? So let's take that into prayer. Take a deep breath. Let's take another deep breath this time. Pay attention. Mindfully. One more deep breath and appreciate the body's natural ability to breathe and to sustain life. The body's natural ability of the heart to pump without us having to think about it or remember or tell it to. It just does. There is an energy, a presence that is the animating feature of life itself. That energy, that source back of all things that is beating our heart, that is breathing us. So I'm so grateful to recognize the one life, the energy, the source, that which I call God. Knowing that God is love, God is wholeness, God is freedom, God is all that there is, and therefore is who I am. I am one with the love of God. I am one with the wholeness of God. I am whole and complete, just as I am. All of me, I am enough. Yes. So from this place of oneness, I speak this word now for all those who are in need of a prayer today, for all those who are hearing the sound of my voice or feeling the vibration of the intention of this word, knowing that I am enough. We are enough. There is only love, wholeness, peace, joy. So grateful to know that there is a power, a presence for good that is moving me, that is providing all that I need. So I claim and declare this day that all of my needs and desires are met. I claim and declare for this beloved spiritual community, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living, that all of our needs are met. Financial needs, resources, ways that we can't even imagine, the good that is coming to support the mission of this teaching in this community, expanding into the world such that we experience that tipping point of awakening to a new consciousness of abundance and sufficiency. So I declare right here, right now, that any old ideas of lack, of not enoughness, not enough time, not enough money, not enough energy, any of these old ideas dissolve back to the nothingness from which they came. For the truth is, right here, right now, we are fully sourced in resources, in all that we desire to do. I am enough, you are enough, we are enough. Ahava is enough. And in such, we have exactly what we need to bloom and to grow, just as the beautiful flowers in the garden do, to their right and perfect size. We appreciate who we are now. We love, and we allow that love to always be the guiding force of this community. How good it is to speak this truth. How good it is to know that this word is done and fulfilled. With great gratitude, I release this prayer now into the action of the law that always says, yes, my beloved, it is done and it is so. And together we say, and so it is. Yes.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear sets me free. There is only love, love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Yes, and with all that love in your heart, I invite you now to find someone, turn to someone, and to share what is on your heart today, what has been unlocked, awakened for you, or perhaps a practice that you are going to commit to this week. So, find someone and share.
Because I was in my forest.
All right, make sure both people have had a chance to share. Start to wrap up your thought. Thank your partner. Yes. And then say, to be continued over coffee. Yes. All right. So I'd now like to bring up our treasurer of our core council, Alois, who is going to share a little bit about Rocktober, our financial updates, and an invitation for you. Welcome, Alois Promenschinkel.
All right, and if you all sat down, you probably saw these nifty little pledge cards. They've been changed a little bit, and what we're trying to do is give you an opportunity to look and see how these are set up and what comes from your heart. And with the new pledge cards, we give you a weekly opportunity, or figures out to a monthly, like $10 a week figures out to $43 a month. And also, we also looked at the pledge cards. There's pins down under the chairs as well. So if you want to fill this out, there was. So if you want to fill this out, we got pins coming if nobody has any. You can put it in the basket. If you're uncomfortable putting it in the basket, you can give it to me afterwards or another core council member, whatever you feel comfortable with. These are kept confidential, so you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. And I also wanted to throw out too that there's now a bulletin board in our little social hall area that says Ahava Core Council. And on that, it shows what our monthly expenses and income has been. So we want to share that with you as well. And if you have any questions about that, please come and ask. We're more happy to work with you. And Dave Ramsey, I'm a firm believer in him. He's helped a lot of folks. And I taught the class multiple times, and so many times my heart was touched beyond belief. And he always said that you start out with your smallest credit card and you pay it off. And when you get that one paid off, you go to the next one and you keep snowballing it. The same concept can happen with your pledges too, because in that, you share your abundance, and your prosperity is what you get back tenfold. And I hope that when you go to fill this out, you do it to how you feel within your heart. Thank you.
Yeah, so every year in October, we have the opportunity to make a pledge, to commit to what we can give to Ahava. We are sustained and supported by your donations and other events that we do here, but we do not receive funding from, some greater organization. There's no Vatican that we're associated with. So it's up to us to create and sustain the community that we would like to experience here at Ahava. Yes, so just take that into prayer. You can fill it out this week. You can take it home, bring it next week, but we just ask that those pledges be turned in by the end of October, which will just help us be good stewards of what we anticipate coming in as we plan for budgeting and various things like that. So thank you. Let us now move into our offering, our time of giving, speaking of. And you can text the word give to 859-209-6996. So you could go to our website. There's a give button there too. So we're going to pass a basket in the room, or you can give online. And if you have any more questions about the pledges, you can see one of the core council members after service as well. So let us now anchor this together with our affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. It's moving into that feeling of
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm grateful.
woo, 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 yes. All right, what's happening at Ahava? Well, we have our class coming up online Tuesday nights, October 14th. Is that this Tuesday? Yeah. I'm kind of lost in time. I can't believe we're like the middle of October, y'all. All right, so yes, and Tuesday, October 14th through November 18th, it's going to meet online and facilitated by our very own practitioner, Marie Ann Jaime. You can find out more information in our e-newsletter, on our social media, all the places. And it is a $99 investment in helping you pack up and move out of scarcity. Does that sound good? Yes? All right. So also, next Sunday after service, there's an opportunity. If you are new or newish to Ahava and are interested in finding out how to get more connected through volunteering, small groups, our classes, and discovering more about what this teaching and center is founded on and based on, those spiritual principles, practices, and then at the end decide, yes, I want to say this is my spiritual home, then I invite you to stick around for Ahava 101. It's a good opportunity, even if you're only a week or two in, to learn how to get connected. You may not be a yes to membership yet, but we do this once a year as an opportunity for folks to say yes to be an official member of Ahava. And you may say, well, what does that mean? I already come and I do the things. Well, being an official member of Ahava means a few things. One, you are really committing and saying, taking ownership that this is your home. We ask members to give financially in identifiable way, whatever that means or looks like for you, through making your pledge. There's no like membership fees or dues or set amount. It's what works for you. We ask that you are involved by volunteering in some way throughout the year. And it allows you to have a voice in this community. Through our annual community meeting, we vote in core council members who are the stewards of our finances, who are the ones that run things on the background and all of those logistical things. So if you at some day would even like to be on the core council, you have to first be a member, right? And in order to vote for the core council members and any other important decisions that may come up regarding Ahava, to be a voting member, you must be a member. To vote, you must be a member, right? Yes, okay. And our annual community meeting is usually in January, February time. So come to Ahava 101 next week. It's a 2-hour experience, and then we'd love to get you more involved. All right. So what else? Okay, last Sunday, we announced that I will be taking a sabbatical, taking 3 months off, November, December, January. A few of you this morning when I walked in say, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm still here a couple weeks. You can't get rid of me that fast. Come on. My sabbatical begins in November. And the last Sunday of the month is our monthly potluck, and that will be an opportunity to send me off with love and gratitude. I also found out last night, by the way, y'all, that from my other colleagues, that this is Clergy Appreciation Month, and today is like Pastor Appreciation Day or something. I'm like, well, how do we put that on our calendar? So, thank you. I was just going to say that share your love, send me off for my time of at the potluck. So, also want to announce that the Core Council has been working diligently with the home office, the greater organization of Centers for Spiritual Living, and with someone there to find an interim minister, and that they have selected and hired someone who will be here during that time. And his name is Reverend Dr. Bob Dean from Atlanta, Georgia. Fun fact, I've known Bob since I was yee-high. He was in classes, ministerial classes, with my mom, good friends of my parents growing up in Atlanta. We reconnected as adults, as advisors, working with the teens. He's been very active in the teen program. He served in on home office staff in the education department for a while. So we'll officially be introducing him and sharing more about him and that time, but he will actually be here that last weekend in October for a smooth transition. So you'll get to meet him then. He will be in town part-time. So he's going to be staying in Lexington about 10 days of the month, where he will speak, kind of booking those Sundays. And a couple other Sundays a month, there'll be other guest speakers coming in. The Core Council is arranging all of this, and just give them some love, because that takes a lot to put it together, right? So thank you for all who have been working on this to allow this to be possible. One thing I just want to note, that we are looking for housing for Dr. Bob when he's in town, and ideally something like a mother-in-law suite, or a space that like a vacation rental home or something, not necessarily just an extra room in your house, but something so you can have a little privacy. So if you know of someone, we have one possible lead, but it would help us to be able to find and offer some kind of in-kind donation on the part of our community to support him in having a nice, comfortable, nourishing spot to stay when he's in town. So Any questions about any of that, you can see our core council members, Ron, Alois, Heather, Nancy is also involved in helping support this, and Jenna is here. The others are counting the money right now. So, okay, I think that was all for that part. Yes, core council folks? Okay. That's it? Rocktober? Okay. Practitioners are here to support you. Yeah, why did I have that other slide in there? Let me just think if I was going to say. Yeah, okay. That was a reminder, your prayer. That's Rocktober. The prayer. If you didn't get the prosperity prayer last week, there's copies of it. There's another little postcard thing. Take it, read it, pray on it every day. And it's called our Rocktober Prosperity Project. Any income that comes in throughout the month, unexpected extra income, we ask that you give back 10% to Ahava. So it's a fun little game that we are playing with the universe and claiming prosperity and abundance this month. Patty is available for prayer after service. You can also fill out a prayer request in the prayer box or online. So let us now bring the service to a close. Stand as you are able and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my affairs. I accept it. I am it. And I share it. Just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. All right, y'all, this is our special Rocktober song. Yes.
Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Every time I open up my heart, I receive all that I need. Knowing God is my source, I relax and I let it flow. I know money easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me.